vision, you don't know what to do in this life, and maybe some difficulties and what have you. So all kind of challenges you may go through. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, don't be saddened, don't be hard, if you wish, on yourself. We have expanded your chest. Alam nashrah laka sadrak. And this expansion of the chest is not a physical things. That's the heart or the lungs or the bones expand. It's rather we alleviate the concern from your heart and the worries from your mind. But most of the things that happened in our life, it really goes into one's focus and one's like center, which is the heart. And sadr here is like a chest, is a indication of the heart and what's inside. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't say like we have like taken care of your heart, even though in other surahs he did. He didn't say that we'll take care of your like worries. He said your chest, everything related to your upper part, your middle upper of your body that contain all the feelings, all the concern, all the activities of the heart that might cause you to have hardship and difficulties. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam that this is one thing. We will take care of your concern that you might think it's in your heart and your mind. But also, وَوَضَعْنَا عَنْكَ وِزْرَكَ, we have alleviate and thrown away all your mistakes if there is any. And this is of course to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who have no mistakes of his own intentionally. But it is to show the blessings of Allah, that if a person has a mistakes and sin and violations and like difficulties in life, how he will get out of it? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will shave away, will take away that burden of the sin from the shoulders of the believer. وَوَضَعْنَا عَنْكَ وِزْرَكَ, we left it out, your sin and your mistakes. And of course, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam has no mistakes as intentionally made, even though some of it was, not really seriously thought of, as you know, like the story of the blind man, the story of other, mistakes here are there, which is considered kind of overlooked by Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who did not like look at it carefully. But this is not the subject now. This is really for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to tell him that, like in Surah Al-Fatih, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened for you a clear way to forgive you for whatever that's happened and what might happen in the future. Even though Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam have nothing to worry about, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling him that his blessings and his barakah and his forgiveness is way ahead of the punishment if anybody deserve it. So in this case here, it is for the believers, وَوَضَعْنَا عَنْكَ وِزْرَكَ, who will alleviate your pain and suffering, and who will leave you or left from you all the sin and violation other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. مَنْ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ, those who have no way out but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who will forgive them and will bring them back to zero, if you wish, zero sin. We know the process. Tawbatan nasuha, a sincere tawbah. And then you start a new page. And that is, alhamdulillah, the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No qunut, no giving up. Inna Allah yaghfiru dhunuba jami'a. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all sins. And we know that Allah forgive all sins except one, only one. Imagine, out of probably a countless number of sin, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will hold into one that is major. Inna Allah la yaghfiru an yushraka bihi wa yaghfiru ma duna dhalika liman yasha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not forgive the mushrik, and Allah will forgive everybody else, inshallah. So this is the second blessings Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he really meant to be all the believers. Alam nashrah laka sadrak wa wada'na anka wizrak. We gave you the strength from inside to your heart, and then we left all the burden of the sin from outside. Alladhi anqada dhahrak. And here the believers see, feel, and sense the sin and the violation as a burden, as a heavy, as a mountain that might break the back of the person. God forbid, if you do something really sin, you shouldn't take it easy. You shouldn't say, you know, it's just a lie, or just a little stealing, or just a little something. No, it is not only the violation, which is sometimes is major. Violation of the hearts and violation of the parts of the body, violation of the thoughts, all of those are violations. Think about whom orders and laws you are violating. And I mentioned that before, probably in some of our discussion, that if you violate the order of the, let's say, city of Riverside, it is a city of Riverside. But if you violate the laws and order of the state, say like if you are in business, you go against the franchise tax board, then you are in deep trouble. But if you go further and violate the orders of the IRS, they will go after you, and the only escape is like out of this life. They will stay after you. So the depends on whose order you are violating. In our life as Muslims, we avoid and try to stay away from violating Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala law and order and all the ordinance that Allah mentioned to us. So if you don't, then that violation will break your back. الذي أنقض ظهرك. It's really bend your back. أنقض ظهرك. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning after that the great blessings to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ. We have alleviated your mentioning and your name and your fame. And of course, you know, the mushrikeen, they said that Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam has no children, boys, meaning boys, and therefore he is abtar. In Arabic, abtar means a person who have no men to inherit him and go after his life, which means like Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam has only girls. So they said, you know, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will die and his name will be forgotten and his religion and so forth. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us the ayah that inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. The one who is against you, he is the one who will be cut off. Abtar. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, رَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ. We alleviate your name and your mentioning in this world. And that, dear brothers and sisters, blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, especially as we know when we make the adhan, what we say, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله, الله أكبر, الله أكبر, الله أكبر, الله أكبر, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله, أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. Elevating the mentioning of the name of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that is رفعنا لك ذكرك. 5 times a day throughout this earth, the name of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is raised and mentioned. And it's needless to say now, of course, that the number one name in the whole world is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And there are many other explanations for this, but this is just good enough. I want to move on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, then look, all these blessings, we expanded your chest that you are not really stressed out anymore. We are put down your sin, you are not burdened anymore. The burden that make you feel terrible in this life. And not only that, but also we raise your name and your recognition worldwide. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Now, imagine, there is no issue then for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The issue is really for us to learn that Allah, easy way out of this trouble or that is in the hands of Allah. فَإِنَّ, that is for الفاء والنون إِنَّ, and فَإِنَّ, like isti'naf. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continuing to tell that make sure, be assured, be comfortable, be like confident that every difficulties in life, whether it is in your chest or in your shoulders, which is being outside sin and violation, or it's in your heart, because the sin of the heart is really serious matter, or it's in your mind or anywhere in your life, there are a way out. Inna ma'al usr, challenge, difficulties, hardship, yusra. And I want to mention here that inna ma'al usr, al-usr is defined. That means there is one way or another difficulties. But yusra, undefined. Not, there is no al-yusra. Inna ma'al usri al-yusra. No, yusra, undefined, which means there are so many ways Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put for a person to get out of the hardship and difficulties. And repeated this ayah, inna ma'al usri yusra, another one, which means also there are many ways to get out of any challenge and difficulties. And the problem is with us that sometimes when we face a problem, we think this is it. I am doomed. I am out. Something wrong. My life, my this, my that. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to test us. And Allah wants us to have that confidence in Him, that don't give up on Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala way out is many, many times more than the things that locked you or make you in a difficult situation. And therefore the ulama said that every mihna, every challenge for the mu'min, it is a chance for minha, for a gift. Every challenge for the mu'min is a chance for a gift. And here what we say sometimes the challenge that you may face is really a chance for gain, a chance for make it better, improve on something, move into something, find out something from every difficulties and challenge that you may face. The ulama in that terms, they said that every hardship that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in your way is really first either to alleviate or move away your sin and violations, or to raise your ranks among the sabirin, or it is really a chance to test you in the dunya so you don't be tested in the akhirah in some way or another. And we are talking here about the unescapable challenges of this life, in one's self, in one's health, in one's family, in one's wealth, in one's thinking, whatever it is that happened around us, it is indeed a way to improve on relying on Allah, tawakkul ala Allah, finding a way out. And maybe, as we say, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala closed some doors, He opened many other doors. And the test is to us to see how patient we are and how relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala we are and how depending on Him. And that is the concept of tawakkul that comes here. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us there are two easy way out for every one way difficult way one, and the easy way is at least twice. Inna ma'al usri yusra. Inna ma'al usri yusra. It is unspecified and undetermined, that too many ways to get out of these difficulties. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying here, and inshallah we'll conclude, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانصَبْ. So if you are done of something, Say, for example, I want to wake up for Fajr and pray, and maybe it's a little bit challenge. Or I finish fasting. Then فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ, when you are done doing something for Allah, فَارْغَب. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَب. Then start something else. It is, for the mu'mineen and for the believers, always looking for what I can do next. What else I can do to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Finish salah, do the dhikr, istighfar. You finish zakah, you do the siyam. You finish the siyam, you do the hajj. And you get ready for the next season, as we say, like, the farmers and like the shepherd and like all those people which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us about. That the farmers, for example, he will go in and prepare the ground and wait for the rain. And when the rain comes, he go and throw the seeds and then wait for the sun to come. And just maybe a couple of weeks or so, the plants start going, and then watch over and look and so on, always in anticipation for the harvest, for the time of harvest. For the believers, always looking for the day of meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the day in Jannah. That is the day of harvest. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ وَإِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَارْغَبْ. Make your effort toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Irghab mean get the desire, get the drive, move on. Really seek and look for what I can do next. Now, dear brothers, if you remember that, and if we have sister as well, I always in my talk, when I have a chance to, whether it's Jumu'ah or Khatira and what have you, I say that if you have a chance to do something good, don't delay it. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. Do it right now. Do it right away. Why? Because sometimes you are inspired to do, let's say, sadaqah. And if you wait, shaitan will come and say, oh, okay, do it next time. You are coming for Isha. Don't do it in Maghrib. And Isha time, like, you know what? In Friday. And this will, or tasweef, will do it, will take you until as probably, some brothers, he told me, brother, I really want to go for Umrah in November. I said, okay, inshallah, I'm going, let's go. We went like toward the end of November last year. I said, oh, but I am working in a project. I cannot finish it. I said, take a week. 1 week is not really, oh, no, this is so much. I said, okay, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. What can we do? We went back. By the end of December, he passed away. He's in our community. He left. What? The whole world, projects, plan, thinking, money, time, etc. It's all dropped, all meaningless. I really wish, I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept him and accept us all. But I wish he had a chance. He had like the what you call, I don't know, it's a guts, or it's like the will that I want to go, I want to do it. That's it. Now, not only we cannot, but even the whole haram is closed. We don't know even Hajj. And the same thing, one time I was in the masjid and doing the Arabic class, and somebody came in like intruding, and he said, oh, Sheikh, can I talk to you? I said, okay, just a second. I took a couple of minutes and I talked to the guy. What do you want? He said, I'm going for Hajj. Are you going this year? I said, inshallah, I don't know, but don't count on me because it's not in my plan at this time. And I was shocked and surprised that he's over 50 son and living here for so long and not doing it. And now he's going to go for Hajj. I said, alhamdulillah, but look what's happened. We may not even go for Hajj this year. Why to delay the ibadat? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ of something, you finish something, start something else. وَإِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَارْغَب. Develop even the drive. Like everything in life, dear brothers and sisters, even like, your cup of tea or your dinner or you have to think about, put things together, plan for it, and then go and do it. When it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala order and request and ibadah, don't think twice. Whenever you have a chance, do it. If nothing, just keep busy with astaghfirullah, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, dhikrullah subhanahu wa ta'ala in different ways. So dear brothers and sisters, as we are going through the difficulties of this coronavirus and staying home and maybe facing some hardship and challenges and what have you, I really hope that everybody will think of this surah, that there is two easy way, not only one for each problem, minimum two easy way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide, and maybe so many benefits that we can derive from the situation we are living in. I really don't want to take too much time, and this is just a brief review. We will open it, inshallah, for question and answer on this short introduction of Surah Al-Inshirah or Sharh, and if there is any other questions in any other topic that the brothers want to talk about. May Allah bless you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us. And may Allah help us to get through this difficult time and clean this earth from such virus and any other difficulties. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So it is possible that we can go for chat, and it's possible for direct question if anybody have any question to say.
All mics are open. You can either ask it from your computer or phone, or you can type in the chat.
Yes. السلام عليكم حج فتحي.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
احنا سررنا برؤياكم.
الله يجزيك الخير على الخاطر الوعظ الممتاز.
الله يسلمك، شكرا. Thank you.
الله يعطيكم العافية، وإن شاء الله هي الغم بالزول ونرجع لأمورنا الطبيعية.
إن شاء الله يا رب، الله كريم. إن شاء الله everything will be okay, we'll go back and will be much better إن شاء الله.
حياك الله، حياك الله.
الله يحفظكم. انشروا الخبر وخبروا الإخوة. Monday, Wednesday, Friday إن شاء الله from 8 ل 9. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
إن شاء الله، إن شاء الله في ميزان حسناتكم إن شاء الله.
الله يتقبل يا شيخ. Anybody else have any comments or questions?
الله يجزيك الخير شيخ أبو جابر، شكرا.
حياك الله أخ مجدي، الله يكرمك. خبر الشباب اللي بتعرفوهم، وإذا حدا عنده سؤال ولا شيء رقمي موجود، ويعني نحن مستعدين لأي مساعدة نقدر نسويها، أي حاجة. الحمد لله.
إن شاء الله. الحمد لله.
Anything we can do.
So you were talking about the Hajj, that people who have delayed.
Right.
And now, even if we, alhamdulillah, if Allah gave us hayat, the place is closed.
Right. Now we cannot do it unless the authority open up the Masjid al-Haram and Medina and Mecca, and things are really safe for the people to gather again. But God forbid, if it continue until Hajj time, people will be excused, and hopefully those people who want to go for Hajj, they will take it more seriously. Allah will forgive. God forbid, let's say if somebody have the intention to go for Hajj, but because it's locked and closed and he could not, and then let's say he died. Allah Ghafurur Rahim. He can assign somebody, of course, to do Hajj in his behalf. He can assign, say, like in case of death and I cannot make Hajj, please, my son, my daughter, my imam, cousin, whoever, he can make it on his behalf. The same thing for fasting. Now the challenge is becoming to the fasting issue, that if somebody is sick and in the normal circumstances, he will fast. But now he is not feeling well, and then this concern of the virus, can he break the fasting? If in a normal process that the person cannot fast, then he or she is excused. But just because of the concern about the virus, it is not an excuse, because that is not materialized in one's life. You may say, well, that elderly person need vitamins, need energy, need food. Yeah, we'll say yes. That's the person need, then he can break the fasting. It's like a woman who is pregnant or she is breastfeeding and need the food and need the energy and need to take care of her child, then it is excused. It's a legitimate excuse. But if it normally, like alhamdulillah, like you and I, and but we are concerned about the virus, I need to take my vitamin, take it at night. Take your medication, you know, when you are in iftar time, after Maghrib or after before suhoor. But if a person really, like, you know, weak, and if he fasts will be weaker and he still need his medication, then that, generally speaking, is excused. And the same thing for Hajj and so on.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam, Brother Rashad. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Brother, I am in Oregon, and here we have the mosques are closed. And is it possible, or is it okay to do, like, listen to khutbah and do a Jummah prayer at home while we have 3 or 4 people in the family?
I've been asked from so many brothers and sisters this question.
Inshallah, if anybody else has questions, you can ask or type in the chat.
The question is that can he listen to an khutbah, which is like through, let's say, this is meme, or any khutbah on the YouTube and what have you, and then do the Jumu'ah 2 rak'ah at home. All brothers of knowledge, people overseas, here in the United States, the Fiqh Council, AMJA, whoever, they say no. You can hear the advice and the khutbah, but you have to do Zuhr at home. Now, unless on the Hanafi madhab, which is I did it, if you are 3 or more, you can have your own Jumu'ah at home. One of the people, if they can give khutbah, which is like, you know, 5 minutes, could be 5 to whatever minutes, short advice and counseling, and then lead the prayers, then you can have your own Jumu'ah at home. But to hear the Imam from somewhere and then do the Jumu'ah separately in your own, that is not acceptable.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah khair.
Inshallah. Alhamdulillah, now most of the people are like putting out some, let's say, Jumu'ah reminder or Jumu'ah discussion, and they will give like 20 minutes or so of talk on different topic, which is good, alhamdulillah. This Friday, by the way, inshallah, I will be giving one through the Shura Council, and they will send it throughout their emailing list or information, and maybe their channels. I will be talking, inshallah, for at least 7 to 10 minutes for this coming Friday on a particular topic. And another brother, Abu al-Haytham, inshallah, he will be joining me as well. So they are going from like Los Angeles to Orange County, San Diego to the Inland Empire, and talking to the imams and scholars and making some topics that's available. So just for enlightenment and for keeping contact with the people. But after that, you cannot just go and pray 2 rak'ah Jumu'ah. That is not, the condition of Jumu'ah is, that's where Jami' Jumu'ah, Tajmi' is to be together and to listen to the person live and to pray collectively. And, you know, the lines should be connected and so forth. So those are some conditions. Nobody said so far, as far as I know, that you can just listen to the YouTube or TV and then pray Jumu'ah on your own.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam.
Which surah are you going to do on Wednesday? Do you have any idea?
Yes, in fact, I am thinking of Surah أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون. And this is like toward the end of the Quran as well. It's 7 verses. So inshallah, I want to go over that a little more details next time. And
Inshallah.
Wednesday, inshallah, we'll talk about the ones on Friday.
Thank you.
And inshallah, starting Friday or next week, because we have next week, we'll start talking about the Siyam, the ayat related to the Siyam. and some of the rules and regulations and considerations for the Siyam, inshallah. Any other comments or questions?
الله يجزيك الخير.
وإياكم بارك الله فيكم. Now we would like to mention that this is one of the effort. There is inshallah another one will be for the youth group. Also we will do something with the brother Shakil Ali. He is not with us. He asked me as well. A few other masajid are saying I'm recording some short talk, 5 to 7 minutes maximum, and put it in this WhatsApp. I call it ICR group, Islamic Center of Riverside group. We have about 70 brothers and sisters on that group. I will upload it. Please check with our Facebook, whether it's the Islamic Center of Riverside. I'm trying to upload as much as I can. And my Facebook as well, try to put my talk here and there. I'm trying to cater it only for the community here. It's not like international, but I think any talk is good for anybody. People telling me that's why I don't talk in Arabic. Well, we are living in America and it's better to speak in English and everybody benefits, inshallah. But so please tell about these activities. We will carry on throughout the month of Ramadan, maybe short khatira either in the morning or the evening. Until Ramadan, inshallah, we'll announce, we'll see what is the convenient time, because I know iftar not proper like this time. After iftar is very short time. And then we have Taraweeh.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. I have a question.
Yes.
What about Muslim businesses? Do you have any idea of the Muslim businesses around in Riverside and how they're doing? And if they need any sort of assistance or or are they open or are they closed?
I think, brother, the restaurants and the grocery shops, those are allowed to open and their business is continuing. Per the government, permission. Anybody have, I think, health permit to sell or to serve food, they are allowed to operate. Anybody else, like barber, maybe other things, I don't know, they are not really allowed to open.
Non-essential businesses they're not allowed.
I'm sorry, say?
Non-essential businesses are not
right. Non-essential businesses are not allowed to open. And we really don't know many of them, like accountant, they can do it from home. Doctors is already busy with the hospitals. What else?
Restaurants, I think the restaurants also only take out, not sit down.
Restaurants take out, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, anything that related to gathering, we know it's not allowed. But, the laws now, for those people who may be affected by the COVID-19 situation, the virus, they can apply for government assistance for small business administration and other programs that they are initiating now to help. And of course, if people are paying mortgage, there is some regulations. People who have like a lease on the cars, they can postpone it, things like that. Alhamdulillah, I think people are educated enough to take care of those issues. Sometimes, we feel like, okay, we probably should support people who are in need for food. The initial rush, yes, some commodity was fast running away or out of the market, like napkins and rice and some other food items. But now I think it's almost everywhere. There is sufficient supplies and people are, we're taken by surprise. Now everything's back. Whether it's Costco or other places, you can find whatever that you need. Maybe people need some financial support, and that's what will bring us now to this, inshallah, reminder. that financial support is needed for a few families in the community, and we are trying to reach out to them and try to help in whatever zakat money that we have. But also, you have to keep in mind, dear brothers and sisters, that the Islamic Center itself needs support. How the Islamic Center will pay, for its maintenance and keeping up all the utilities and so on. And we have 3 employees, really they are the front line of the Islamic Center. As probably you know, the board, both board of trustees and board of directors, they are volunteers. Jazakumullah khair. They put their time, their effort. They try to manage here and there, but they are, not get paid. But the rest of the 3 employees, we have the director, the imam, and the custodial. They are all paid by the Islamic Center donation and support for their services. But if there's no people coming to the masjid, where the masjid will get the money, how the masjid will pay them. And the government, the slow process. We don't know if the government will support non-profit effectively. Obviously, we cannot take a loan like Small Business Administration. I was looking at that with Dr. Sadrul Ula, and it's not really for us. It's not designed for us. So we will have difficulty unless the community interfere. Everybody tell everybody that, look, we have to do some donation to the Islamic Center so we can keep it up and maintain it at the time of hardship. And of course, for those brothers who are taking care of the masjid. And if we cannot do that after 40 years of having the masjid, imagine, God forbid, if we don't have a masjid. How are we going to build such a facility and property? So alhamdulillah, I really hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open our hearts and we will reach out to the people who may be able to do their best at this time, which is donating and being generous.
Brother Mahmoud, I have an idea. In the past, when the masjid was behind in the finances, we may be about to have 40, 50 fortunate people,
yes,
to have one-time donation, and we could, just supply the masjid for the next 2-3 months until this issue is gone.
Inshallah.
And we go back to our normal way, and I will open this. If you allow me to open to participate or to open a donation group to start from tonight, I will be the first to participate.
Barakallah feek. Of course, this is open for everybody, and الدال على الخير كفاعله وإن شاء الله يكون لكم أجر السبق.
I will start with $1,000 to be deposited in the masjid account in the next few days.
MashaAllah, barakallah feek.
Hopefully the other brothers will follow, so at least you and the people taking care of our masjid will not have the hardship you are facing, or we all facing.
It is very much easily could be done. I'm very confident that we have generous community. We have big enough community.
Yes.
And alhamdulillah, we have like minimum, you can say payroll salary, payroll taxes and all what we have. It's really minimum. Everybody taking, we considered like almost public welfare. We are not charging too much, and we are, alhamdulillah, just surviving. But this difficulties of not having, let's say, 300-400 people coming every Friday, and we used to, collect maybe a couple $1,000 every Friday, and then for another generous donation through the monthly dollar a day. So things were working okay. And if we need more, like for the solar system, for the roofs, for the...
Brother Munir, can anybody hear me?
But now, yes, we're hearing you. Now, those 300-400 people who comes to pray, they are not there. So whoever that's want to donate 10, 15, $20, they could not do it now, or for some reason it's not there. So we need to rely on those hard, generous people who can afford and they can do their best at this difficult.
Sheikh Harmosh?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Muhammad Ashraf.
Wa alaikum salam, Brother Muhammad. How are you?
So I thanks for Brother Fatih to starting it. I will give 1,000 too, and I deposited Masjid account tonight.
May Allah bless you, Akhi, and your family, and Brother Fatih for opening this subject. I am not hesitant to ask or to tell, but it's not planned for that. I was hoping that by next Friday, by this coming Friday, inshallah, we'll get more people participating in this platform. But anytime.
No, Brother Fatih, I really appreciate him. That at least he's taking the lead. I think this is great. So now other people will join, inshallah. So you can mention his name, and I'm sure he's okay with it. So that way other people will join, inshallah.
I don't do it for me to be in the news, but whatever, anything will help our center. We should not be delaying any support. This is our community and this is our center, and hopefully we can come up, to cover their expenses for the next 2-3 months.
Yeah, inshallah. I am in touch with the 3 or 4 other brothers, and inshallah they will pledge it too. But now you open, so I really wanted to encourage other brothers too that this is the right way to do it, and I really appreciate that you taking the lead.
No problem.
Alhamdulillah. May Allah bless your wealth and your health and protect you and your family, both of you and all of you, brothers. Just contemplate about it and see what you can do. Reach out to a couple other brothers. If every one of us reach out to 2 or 3 people, inshallah, things will move on and we will be in much better shape. We are concerned, God forbid, if
inshallah will be okay. I have a very good commitment from my brother. So inshallah, when I have a check in my hand, then I'll let you know. But I have a very good commitment, inshallah.
May Allah bless you, Akhi. Alhamdulillah.
Anybody who needs to donate online, I just posted a shortened URL in the comment section. You can look at that. If you go there, it will take you to the masjid donation site right here.
Right.
And I think you have it in the Facebook too. So
yes, we have it in the Facebook. I have it in the WhatsApp, and now here we have it in the
newsletter
group chat.
And it's also on newsletter every time Brother Harmosh sends it.
Yes. Anybody else want to join the good beginners, inshallah, for now?
So inshallah, maybe you can continue your talk, Sheikh, and then hopefully other people will join, inshallah, good cause.
Inshallah. And this is open for the brother and the sisters and for really any amount. The point is that everybody have to feel the ownership of the community. The community is not just my convenient whenever I pass by. And believe me, the rewards of having such a masjid and the community there, where hundreds of people, literally every week when I am in the office, they just go there, even just to make wudu or make salah or go to the bathroom. And when we keep it up clean, alhamdulillah, since I joined, napkins there, soup there, soap to clean, everything's like an order. Alhamdulillah, all the time open, almost from Fajr until Isha and after Isha. That is a community, and that's what probably everybody missed at this time, not being able to go there. To maintain it and to keep it up and to make it useful for all people. And imagine sometimes, we get like 150 to 200 people coming from the college, from the university, from UCR, from Cal State San Bernardino, from Cal Baptist, from La Sierra University, from different colleges, the calls, and so many other things, the rest of the programs and the Friday evening and the food program. this is the community. Community is what? Not only the place. I always, put it together, in the capital system or the economic system, you have to have the land, you have to have the labor, you have to have the capital, and you have to know how to do and to produce, and then you have product. In the community, you have to have the masjid, you have to have the people, you have to have the money, you have to have the programs, and of course the leadership. And alhamdulillah, probably that lately we have all of those, and it's showing in the people coming back to the masjid, in overlooking all the challenges and difficulties and fulfilling all our obligation. Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah.
Any other comments, brothers, sisters? I just want to give a chance for everybody to participate in whatever they can, in the talk, in the questions, in the religious matters or any other matters. So hopefully by Friday we can, by Wednesday and Friday we have more people participating, and we'll touch on those subjects.
So, Sheikh Harmosh?
Yes.
So I have a other subject too. I wanted to bring everybody attention. Also, we are raising money for a month of fasting. So the people who are needy, and they used to come in the masjid, eat iftar with us. So we'll maybe not have a iftar this time, or maybe a very short. So we really want to reach out to those brothers and sisters who really dire need for the money or help or food. So far we raised today about $3,000. So we are asking everybody to contribute for that Ramadan fund, which I'm sure these brothers, they are preparing the email today and they will send it out today. So our idea is this, that we contribute, we raise money and give family $300, each family $300 before the fasting, so they can buy their food and goods. Because in these days, making food, preparing food is really very, is not easy, especially all this virus thing going on. So we thought the best idea is this, that some of these donor think the best idea is to give each family $300. And if we able to raise more than $10,000, then we can give, we bump up the money. And if there is more family are coming, then we can eventually keep raising the money. But currently we think that if we have a 20 families so far, so we have a commitment from the brother. With 3,000 I have in my hand, but there's a commitment from the brother. So raise up to $10,000.
Inshallah, we'll reach that number by the next week before Ramadan, and we will continue even in the first few days of Ramadan. And I am aware of that. Jazakallah khair, Brother Muhammad. In fact, people are calling me, and I have a list of people that we are, there is like names and phone numbers and so forth. And
yeah, just to make sure, check the eligibility, and that's the main thing. Obviously, the donor think they wanted to give as a for their goodwill and charity, and they want to make sure to go to the needy people. That's
for sure. We'll try our best to verify first and sort out the people and their needs. And this is, the food that we used to collect for. And probably everybody knows that we used to feed 250 to 300 people every day almost in the month of Ramadan. That food will be transferred to support for the families. That's in addition to the zakat money or zakat al-fitr. And I mentioned that in my newsletter, but inshallah we'll mention it again as we go on this week and next week.
Yeah, this is Sadrullah. Yeah, especially the needy families before Ramadan, as Brother Ashraf said. So we should get ready with a list, as you have some names, so that we know there's about 20 families for now, and then continue and see how we can generate more resources, and also which families are in need, because sometimes needy families don't really publicize that they need it. Suddenly this situation, lost job and so on. So we need to find these families and reach out. And then as far as the masjid donation goes, I'll also commit $1,000 right now for the just donation to the masjid.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Brother Omar.
For the payroll and that sort of thing.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Omar. I went on that website, the tiny URL. I see are very easy to do. MashaAllah. I already donated $1,000 done. Okay, so MashaAllah, that's done. You can also put it as separate for the needy family. If Brother Munir can help us with that, we can donate on that URL, the same one. And you can I'll put it in that one too. So it's very easy to do.
I think we better not.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Omar.
Yeah, thank you. I don't think we can put it like a needy family. We should put it Ramadan donation.
So we have right now, we have on the website right now, if you go there, the drop down menu gives you various options. And people can pick what cause they want to donate to. Right now, the categories are there is the Zakat, Sadaqah, Masjid General Fund, and so forth. Let me know what item you want to add. We have now Friday night dinner. I can switch it back to Ramadan donation.
Yeah. May I inject something here, brother?
Yes.
Please.
I think we start worrying about something is not essential at this time. I think the main thing right now to keep our mosque running, functioning, and to give all the support to our masjid. If we have an extra, and I always myself against Ramadan iftar program in our masjid. That's a personal thing. I don't agree with it because there's a lot of hungry people around the world. Muslims deserve the money more than our Californian or Riverside County poor people. That's different approach. If anybody wants to participate with this, that's fine. I don't want to make it an argument, but we should right now keep our mosque running without jeopardizing the people working there and taking care of it. If anybody wants to do a Ramadan fund, we should not even mix it with this one. That's my point, my opinion.
I think you have a very valid point. There's no question that there's a lot of money here. There's a lot of subsidy. That's a very good point. But as for the Masjid General Fund, is obviously they're requesting down the road. Obviously, this month's payroll is already paid. Now we're talking about next month's payroll. So I really don't see that should be a problem. Inshallah, next month the masjid will be open up and all those things will go away. And just hope and pray that this pandemic get over, inshallah, and with the help of everybody prayer. But obviously, we're just thinking if the worst can happen, then we do need help for the payroll and stuff. But inshallah, overall, we are okay at the currently time. But we are just thinking that if this thing prolong, then we'll raise the money.
Yeah,
so this fund, what you donated 1,000, yeah, I did, yeah, Brother Sabrullah did, that will be extra fund for the payroll.
No, that's fine. I'm not taking it back. I don't misunderstand.
No. I'm not saying taking
it. When it comes to food and when it comes to hunger, and I know people in Gaza and in my hometown, they deserve my dollar more than the people in Riverside. So that's my point.
I actually, you know what? I second that thing. And maybe if we have more money, inshallah, maybe we'll give it to you. You reach out to those people and you send the money there. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
God help us all.
Then we say needy. Over here, some people, they are really not needy. They have a bad habit. But I think that's not a bad idea. If we think we raise enough money, we should get sent to Gaza. That's place more deserved than any other place.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right.
We'll move
Inshallah, there is no contradiction, and there is some people who want to support local and the main point, as you said, priority number one is really to keep our masjid fluent and going.
Yes.
And second, inshallah, to keep the tradition. And since this come up, I second the opinion that is really the food program on Ramadan is overwhelming. It's too much every day.
It's a luxury.
But maybe from now on we can change this tradition to something more effective, a small little gift to the poor who are needy in the community. We'll see how it goes. But
Brother Mohammed Ashraf, Brother Mohammed Ashraf,
Yeah.
count me in your donation. I'm gonna help too as well. Okay. So do you want the money directly, or do you want it to go to the masjid?
No. We just keep a tab in the masjid. Money will go to the masjid account. So we give money from behalf of masjid. All the money, all the donation will go to the masjid. Plus, you guys all get right up and do all sort of good things.
Yeah. Okay. I'll count me in your endeavor, and I'll donate on your cost.
Okay.
Thank you.
Omar, maybe Brother Munir was saying he will add a tab, so we'll keep a track. It will go to the general account, but we'll know what is it for these needy families for now. So we will try to.
There are some people that are being evicted from their apartments in our community for not paying rent. So
yeah, if you know those people, those are real cases. We will help them immediately.
okay, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna give you guys names of people that I know that are in hardship right now who lost their jobs. They used to be gas station workers, so they've lost a lot of. Yeah.
By the law of California, nobody will be affected from his place. So
if
we don't want to go to that line.
He can get the money.
We don't want to go to that line. We are not the government. We are not the state of California. Let's concentrate on our
I think
mosque.
he's right. If he lost the job, he can file unemployment. He can get the money immediately.
That's correct.
Because I have my worker, they already got their check. So I personally think that, and their process is very easy. Everybody can file online. And if somebody needs help, I have a person who can help them and walk them through.
That's a good idea.
Okay, good idea.
Inshallah.
Because if there is a money out there, I really think our people are shy. It is okay that the government is giving money and they are getting fired and they're getting laid off. And there's the money out there. I think we should take advantage.
That's correct. That's my point.
No, that's a very well point. Brother Omar, honestly, you can get me those people. My gal who worked for me, she's my manager. She getting everybody else money through this system, unemployment system. So you can get me. We can walk them through and file their thing. It is everything is online. Nobody need to go anywhere.
Let's get the names and contact numbers.
I want to point out that on the website, when you go there, there is an option for Ramadan donation along with Sadaqah Zakat. If anybody is trying to take Ramadan donation, it's there.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. I'm gonna get going. It's time for Isha, so
Yes.
I have to pray.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks, brother Omar.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm also getting off. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
جزاكم الله خير. Thank you so much. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. شكر الله لكم. Thank you so much. May Allah bless you all. May Allah protect you and may Allah reward you.
نفس الشيء لكم يا شيخ. الله يجزيك الخير. السلام عليكم.